Hello and welcome to the Video Gadgets Journal, connecting you with your technology. This is the Google Motorola Nexus 6, and as you can see, it is a huge phone. But does that mean it translates into a huge battery? And what are the claims of a 15-minute charge for 6 hours of use? So if you go to the Google Play Store and seek out the Nexus 6, you will find a rather large boast about the battery. Not only about how long it can last, but also how quickly it takes to recharge. It states that with the Motorola turbocharger, you can charge your Nexus 6 for just 15 minutes, which will gain you 6 hours of additional battery life use. That's pretty impressive for any battery. Of course, the best way to test this is to try it out and see what happens. So when I first bought my Nexus 6, I absolutely ravaged the battery and got it down to its very lowest level, about 2%. So there was quite a bit of delicate timing to show you on video the percentage of a battery without the device actually turning off. But I managed to succeed in doing that, so what I'm going to do is plug the Nexus 6 into the charger and leave it in for exactly 15 minutes. And to do that, I'm going to use my trusty old Galaxy S4 to start off a timer. So all that remains for me to do now is to plug the Nexus 6 into the charger. And I can assure you that the Motorola turbocharger is plugged into the mains, and when I work out which way the cable needs to go into the Nexus 6, we'll be on our way. Now, I won't put you through the pain of watching the next 15 minutes, so we will be back after a short intermission. Ah, the joys of video editing. So the timer has come down to 0, and so we can now check on the Nexus 6's progress. What do you think the percentage level is going to be on this device? Remember, it's a large phone, so it should have a large battery, and it does a 3200 mAh battery. But what does that mean on the charge rate? Well, it's now at 21%. So 15 minutes got a 19% charge out of a battery. That sounds pretty poor on the face of it, and that did concern me at the time. I also did a second check, so I did a second test after this as like a control, put it in for another 15 minutes, and there was another 20% increment. I think it got up to about 41% after another 15 minutes. So a 30-minute charge gave me approximately 39% worth of a battery charge. Now, I definitely used the right plug, which, as you can see, it says turbo power supply, so I'm scratching my head a little bit at this point. Why didn't I get more of a charge? Only applies to optimized Motorola devices with Qualcomm Quick Charge 2.0 technology, such as the new Nexus 6 battery. Must be substantially depleted. Charge rate slows under charge in progress. All battery life claims are approximate and based on an average mixed use profile that includes both usage, standby time. Actual battery performance will vary and depends on many factors, including signal strength, network connection, age of battery, operating temperature, feature selected devices, and voice data and other application usage patterns. Ah, the small print. The manufacturer's get out of jail card. I forgot about that one. I should also add that you may get even more charge out of the 15 minutes if you turn the device off at the same time. Anyway, who's to say that 20% of the Nexus 6 battery doesn't actually get you 6 hours of use? Well, here's a demonstration of what I actually did get. I continued to charge the device up until 100% and unplugged it just before 8 o'clock before I went to work. So I've had it at work all day, and I've used it on and off to check emails, maybe look at the BBC website. Nothing too taxing, a bit of Facebook as well. So I would say it was a light to medium use of the Nexus 6 up until about 7:30 when I took this screenshot. So just under 12 hours. The percentage currently sits at 72%, so in 12 hours I've used 38% of the battery. That means that the numbers are more or less spot on. 15 minutes for a 20% charge, 12 hours for a 40% use of the battery. Thumbs up to Google and Nexus. They've been bang on and accurate with this. Perhaps what's even more impressive is the amount of time left on the battery, which is another full day and 5 hours. So we're starting to push the 36-hour mark in terms of how long this battery could last. Feasibly, if you were careful with use, it could even last an entire weekend. That is impressive stuff from a cell phone. This is where the epic proportions of the Nexus 6 do come into play a little bit. A massive phablet cell phone, which means a very chunky, powerful battery. What do you think of the battery performance? Do you think around about 36 hours of general use is what you'd expect? Or for a large phablet, do you expect even more use? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching this latest episode of the Google Nexus 6 on the Video Gadgets Journal. I hope you're finding this all informative, intriguing and entertaining, and there will be plenty more Nexus 6 videos coming soon. See you all and take care.